Hey, are you searching for the best countries where you can retire comfortably? These greatest retirement nations in the world provide security, decent health care, a reasonable cost of living, and access to recreational opportunities. When they retire, many individuals, particularly Americans, relocate abroad. The cost of living a quality life and the cultural accessibility of a nation generally indicate how desirable it is to settle down later in life. Retirement interest in any one country reflects the worldwide view of that country. Here is a list of the top nations for a comfortable retirement, based on ratings from people above 45, who consider themselves upper class and ranked these countries on various qualities, such as affordability. The tax environment is favorable or not. How friendly these nations are. Is climate pleasant or not? Public health systems are highly developed or not. And one of the most important attributes is the crime rate. So, in this video, all of these factors are taken into account to choose where is the most beautiful location for you to retire and enjoy your future life in a pleasant atmosphere. So, without further ado, let's start our list of the best countries where you can retire comfortably. On position 5th on our list is Panama. Panama is a Central American nation that connects Costa Rica and South America through Colombia. Panama's beautiful beaches and mild climate have made it a favorite retirement destination for Americans in recent years. While this means you'll most likely be able to meet some fellow American retirees, the inflow of American immigration has increased the cost of living. If you want to live in Panama, the living cost varies, but you can generally expect to spend between $1,500 to $3,000 per month to live comfortably in Panama. These expenditures totally depend on what city you live in Panama. Living in Panama City, the country's capital, may cost you more than living in smaller cities. The cost is also affected by your decisions when living in a specific nation. An automobile, for example, is a cost that you can choose to avoid. Living a simpler life is another example of how you may minimize your monthly expenditures, such as living in a more Spartan apartment rather than a house, which will help you save money. Choosing to eat out less often is another choice you can make to lower your cost of living. In Panama, the crime rate varies from low to moderate, and it is the best place to live after your retirement. So we can consider Panama the safest country in Central America and a crucial trade zone due to its namesake canal. So, in my opinion, Panama can be an excellent place to retire if you plan for it. Here you can live at a lower cost than in America, although it is growing due to the country's appeal among American retirees. Housing expenses are heavily influenced by location and how you live. The outstanding Panama Pensionado plan, which gives many discounts to retirees, is one offset to the expense of living. So my recommendation is to live in smaller cities because you can go to the capital city whenever you want. After all, there is not a lot of distance between them. The country in position 4th on our list is Spain. If you want to retire abroad, you have a ton of options, from the destination of Mexico to a colder retirement in Iceland. And if you want somewhere in between both the Great Mountains and the beach experience, then Spain is the only option for you to retire. As we all are aware of that, Spain is one of the top tourist destinations in the world. In Spain, you will see diverse architecture, food and climate, and many other amazing things that make many people make Spain a top retirement destination. If you are making more than $25,000 a year, Spain is the best place to retire because it will cost you $1,800 to $2,000 per month to live in Spain. If your annual income is less than $20,000, there is no need to worry. You can live in small cities instead of big cities, which will cost you around $1,200 to $1,500 per month. This is the reason why we added Spain to our list. Because at low cost, you can live in a fantastic place, enjoying your life, both in the mountains and on beaches. Spain offers magnificent beaches, breathtaking mountains, and much to enjoy throughout your golden years over its nearly 200,000 square kilometers. To retire in Spain as a non-European citizen, you must first get a visado residencia. You are not permitted to work in the nation without this visa. You must demonstrate that you can support yourself and any dependents while living in Spain without working. This can be accomplished by presenting proof of a specific minimum monthly income, such as pensions and investment statements. Typically, you'll need to demonstrate that you'll have at least $2,500 and $500 per dependent coming in each month. Furthermore, this visa can be renewed every 2 years until you get permanent residency available after 5 years. There are several great cities in Spain to settle down in during your senior years, whether you want a more coastal, mountain, or urban retirement. As a result, Spain is the finest country to retire and live a happy life. After Spain, let's start our countdown of the top 3 countries. Let's learn about Australia, which is in the 3rd position on our list. Are you considering retirement in Australia? Australia makes an intriguing retirement option with its maritime culture, beautiful coastal locations, and first-world amenities. Yes, Australia is one of the finest locations to retire, but there are some details you should be aware of, such as how much it will cost each month for everything from food to medical care alternatives under immigration laws. It is sensible to choose retirement locations based on monthly living expenses. Many financial advisors will advise you that your cost of living is an essential factor to consider when developing a retirement plan. While researching Australia, I came across Numbeo, a website that gathers price data from residents, and after evaluating the data, I discovered that the average cost of living in Australia is somewhat higher than in the United States. Let me explain this with an example. Rent in New York is over 165% more than in Melbourne and about 76% higher than in Sydney. If you want to buy a 1-bedroom flat in Melbourne city centre, it will cost you roughly $1,100 to $1,200 each month. If you want to reside in the suburbs of Melbourne, it will cost you $1,000 a month. And if you want to retire in Australia, this is a fantastic alternative. Retirement in Australia provides expatriates with a good quality of life and the option to spend their golden years in a spacious, pollution-free environment rich in natural resources and beauty hotspots. So, if you have decided to live in such a great environment, then Australia is the best option for you to retire with beautiful beaches and fresh air. Australia has a highly developed and complex infrastructure, and the standard of communications, transportation, and public services accessible here is comparable to that of other developed nations. After Australia, let's move to the 2nd position of our list. And in the 2nd position, you can choose New Zealand to be the best place to retire. If you want to retire overseas, New Zealand might be excellent. The country provides a diverse range of landscapes, clean living environments, excellent transportation, communication, and other amenities. Whether you enjoy swimming, hiking, or traveling, you'll never be bored with your leisure activities. If English is your native language, there is no need to learn another language to retire in New Zealand. However, after more research, I discovered that the cost of rent is around 15.64% lower than in the United States. You may easily live in New Zealand and receive Social Security benefits to live comfortably for less than $1,600. Because they provide superior health care to their residents, New Zealand has a diverse range of health care options. These include both governmental and private healthcare systems. Residents receive discounted or free care because taxes fund public health care. Individuals holding a resident class visa are also eligible for free or reduced cost health care in New Zealand. So, if you want to retire in a place where you can enjoy the rest of your life in a peaceful environment, then New Zealand is the best option. Now, let's move to position number 1, and Switzerland is the place that I can recommend to you in our position first. If you wish to spend your post-work life in another country, Switzerland is one of the greatest places to retire for various reasons. The majority of Americans want to retire in Switzerland. While it may not be as exotic as other countries around the globe, the stunning environment, good level of life, and plenty of English speakers make it an excellent choice for retirees. However, if you consider retiring to Switzerland, I have some advice for you. Retiring in Switzerland may be expensive. So, before you purchase a ticket to retire in Switzerland, you need to be aware of several facts. The high cost of living is undoubtedly the most significant disadvantage of retiring in Switzerland. If you want to live comfortably in Switzerland, you need to spend $3,500 each month. If you wish to live in a large, developed city, a retired couple should expect to pay $4,000 per month or more for rent, utilities, food, and healthcare. So I recommend that before you commit, find out where you want to retire and then calculate your costs depending on that location. Anyone planning to stay in Switzerland for more than 90 days must apply for a visa, though the process varies based on your initial place of residency. If you are a U.S. citizen, you must apply for your visa at the Swiss consulate. If you intend to retire in Switzerland, you should apply for a Type D visa, which allows for a long-term stay. In the healthcare sector, it's mandatory to have health and accident insurance for every official Swiss resident. So you'll have to buy it from the government and start your life in Switzerland. Switzerland is a popular retirement location for many people. This is due to its amazing natural beauty, central location in Europe, and history as a very safe country. So Switzerland is one of the best places to live because Switzerland has a relatively low crime rate, awesome sceneries, and snowy mountains, a perfect place to live. So these are the top 5 places where you can retire after your 50s. And if you liked the video, then please make sure to share this video with your friends. Tell me your thoughts on these facts, and please subscribe to our channel, where we solve your financial problems to make your life easy to live. Thanks for watching this video.